All right, everyone. The spread offense will be arriving to the University of Miami this upcoming season. Rhett Lashlee is expected to be named the next offensive coordinator at the University of Miami. An announcement is to be made next week, according to Bruce Feldman and Barry Jackson from the Miami Herald, who actually broke the news first. So, regarding Rhett Lashlee, he's got a lot of quarterbacks to pick from. Obviously, I'm not expecting night and day improvements from this offense, but the good thing is there's 5 different quarterbacks that he gets to choose from, and in the past 2 seasons he has already worked with 2 different quarterbacks, with Ben Hicks and bringing in Shane Buechele, who lost the starting job to Sam Ehlinger at Texas, and he did a very good job with Shane Buechele this season, putting up 34 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and 3,929 passing yards, and they averaged 41.8 points per game. That is insane. I'm extremely excited for Rhett Lashlee to come to Miami. It's a positive step in the University of Miami football program, and I'm expecting Rhett Lashlee to bring in a transfer quarterback, graduate quarterback of his choice. I'm also expecting him to bring in a offensive line coach and wide receivers coach as well. It's already been confirmed that he will be bringing a quality control assistant with him. I believe the name is Jonathan Brewer out of SMU. I don't know what role he will have at Miami. I don't know if he will be keeping the same role as quality control assistant. So it's going to be very interesting to see if he hangs on to Stephen Fields and Eric Hickson. They're probably our best recruiters on the staff, so I really do hope they are retained. Eric Hickson did a great job keeping Don Chaney when he was getting recruited by Georgia, and to flip Jalen Knighton from Florida State. He deserves a ton of credit. And then Stephen Fields is an outstanding recruiter in South Florida and across the nation as well. He's very well respected, so I hope those 2 guys definitely stay on the staff. Now, moving forward, if you have not heard by now, there's a lot of speculation and rumors floating around that Alonzo Highsmith has finalized a deal with Blake James to be the next chief of staff at the University of Miami, and an announcement will be named tonight or in the next coming days. So look out for that, guys. I don't have anything confirming that is actually going to happen, but it's been going around on social media. A lot of different platforms that cover University of Miami sports have been stating that as well. Board of Trustees members were really pushing for Alonzo Highsmith to be the next chief of staff. Remember, we have lost the last 16 out of 29 games Miami has lost in football. That's awful. The FIU should be putting up those numbers. And also, we are 1-10 in bowl games. Once again, we're not FIU. We're the University of Miami. We have 5 national titles. It's unacceptable. So Board of Trustees members and boosters were really pushing that change needed to be addressed. Blake James has no vision for this football program, and that is why the deal will be done with Alonzo Highsmith. So let's see if it falls through, but that is what I'm hearing so far. Now, regarding transfer portal, guys, who to expect Miami will look at. Henry Hattis, the offensive tackle from Stanford University, is a graduate transfer. His father played baseball down at the University of Miami for legendary coach Ron Frazier, and there is mutual interest there. So look out for Henry Hattis in the transfer portal out of Stanford. He will be a take from Miami, and there is mutual interest, so look out for that name. Next name to look out for, Theo Howard, UCLA wide receiver. Last season, he had 51 receptions and 4 touchdowns. He was looking at SMU to transfer to as well, with Rhett Lashlee as their offensive coordinator. Now he's coming down to Miami. Look out for Theo Howard to receive an offer to come play at the University of Miami with new offensive coordinator Rhett Lashlee. I think it will be a great pickup to a very young wide receiver group that needs some upperclassmen leadership like we had with KJ Osborne past season. Also, Barry Jackson from the Miami Herald stated that Miami is very open to Jarren Williams leaving. They're not happy with the way he's carried himself this past season, some off-the-field issues as well. So you don't be surprised if Jarren Williams decides to transfer. That's just coming from the Barry Jackson article. That is what the coaching staff is looking at. Obviously, today Lorenzo Lingard recently did transfer out, and supposedly people were stating that he was pushed out by the coaching staff, that they chose not to play him. Other people, according to the Barry Jackson article in the Miami Herald, it stated that he was not willing to studied the playbook at all, and it was a bad, how can I say it? It just turned the coaching staff off to not play him anymore, basically, for not studying the playbook. So it is what it is, but Miami will be moving forward, and Lorenzo Lingard will be transferring to the University of Florida this next upcoming season. Also, another name to look out for, Texas Tech quarterback Jeff Duffy. He had 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions in the past 10 games. I know a lot of people are going to be saying D'Eriq King, who did redshirt this season, but I believe that the reason why he redshirted was because, remember, Houston lost a couple games early in the season, and that was Dana Holgerson's first year, so they were kind of just bending the rules on the redshirting. Hey, I think him and Dana Holgerson sat down one-on-one and said, hey, why don't you redshirt this season? We're probably not going to go to a good bowl game, and the next season we'll just come back stronger. So I think that's the reason why D'Eriq King redshirted. I don't think he's actively looking to transfer, but I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm speculating right there. Next name to look out for in the transfer portal, Maryland 4-year guard Terrence Davis. He was a 4-year starter at Maryland. He could possibly be another potential target for the University of Miami. Remember, Coach Manny Diaz stated in the offseason, offensive linemen are the priority regarding transfer portal players. So I'm excited about this next upcoming season. We're going to see an offense that is very up-tempo. It is balanced in itself. Some people call it a balanced air raid offense. Remember Sonny Dykes, who's the head coach at SMU, that is what he ran during his time at Cal. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out down at Miami. But I'm excited. Rhett Lashlee is a great recruiter. And, man, he had an amazing offense this season down at SMU. They were top 10 in the nation literally in every category. So huge credit goes to Manny Diaz for going out and getting Rhett Lashlee when Washington also made him an offer, and possibly landing Alonzo Highsmith as well as chief of staff. I think the University of Miami football program is taking steps in a positive direction, and people want change, and we're making those adjustments for change. Hopefully we can just stack up with great ace recruiters on this staff, and we can keep Coach Hickson and Coach Fields. So guys, hope everyone enjoys my video. Look out for more videos in the near future. Go Canes.